With TAB Sportsbet, you're on. Everywhere, every time. Whether you're turning it on or kicking on the ball, on the carnival, or on the money. Everywhere you are, every time you want to back yourself. With TAB Sportsbet, you're on.
Don't adjust your sets, ladies and gentlemen. You're not watching Who is Harry Crumb. No, it is Cranbourne Turf Club Television coming to you for the Sunday the 24th of July, Sponsors Day. Last week, clearly we had a visibility problem, but I have done some research and come up with a new idea that'll get them over the line. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We should be able to get through this week's racing. As we speak to those in the know, sit back, enjoy, and I'll hit the sauna. We're joined now by one of Cranbourne's best trainers, 8-time winning Group 1 trainer of Apache Cat, ex-Olympian Greg Eurell. Greg, thanks for joining us on CTC TV. How you going, mate?
Very good, thanks.
That's good. How's the weather out there?
Pretty nasty at the moment.
Bit tough in the training 50 horses every morning in this sort of weather?
Yeah, very difficult. It makes it hard. I mean, it probably increases our labour content by an added 25%, I believe. So it makes it hard. It's hard for the horses, hard for the staff, but it's just something we've got to endure, and hopefully we get through it as quick as we can.
Well, how many staff members have you got in your stables?
I think we employ about 18 people.
Right.
So it's and sort of the way the roster system is. For those sort of numbers, you basically need that. So but it works. But it's still they're hard hours. We start at 3:30 in the morning, so it's an early start for them guys, and it becomes a very long day.
How much easier would it be if we had on-course stabling, so you could set up on-course out the back there?
Well, we've studied it pretty thoroughly, and it's just something we're really looking forward to hopefully to happen here at Cranbourne. It's much needed. It's a great facility. It's the only thing that's lacking at the moment is the on-course stabling. So, and when you sort of got the numbers, it's logistically it becomes a very, very expensive exercise to move these horses in and off the track every day. So, to be on course, I think, again, as far as labour goes, we'd probably cut it down at least another 25% on what we do now. So, for the guys to start at 3:30, we'd be starting at 4:30, and, in the morning would be a lot shorter, and consequently probably the afternoons too. So, across the board, it's a big, big saving, and but most of all, it helps the staff and it helps the horses.
Yep. That's got to happen, obviously. Now, Greg, I want to talk to you about your horses over the weekend. We've got Go Gypsy Boy, who ran second here back on the 29th of May, started favourite, came home fairly well. Last start winning quite comfortably at Sale, and finds his way over at Flemington on Saturday, starting at $10 fixed on TAB Sportsbet. How's his chances, mate?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting exercise for him. He won over a 1400 last start, steps up to a 1700 on Saturday, so which I believe he'll handle quite comfortably. But it's a big step from a maiden up to city class on a Saturday. So we're not getting too carried away. I think he'll run well. He's in good shape to give it his best shot. So. Saturday will tell us a little bit more. I'm not worried about the distance. It's probably just, against the stronger, greater horses is probably going to be the telltale at this stage. But if you're not in it, you can't win it.
Exactly. And Bay of Poets here on the race 5, it is, the TAB Sportsbet $2 million bonus, race 5. Bay of Poets, chances there, mate?
Yeah, he's back from a spell. It'll be his first run. Usually runs pretty well fresh. We're giving him every opportunity to sort of lead into his first race as fit as we can get him. So wherever he heads, he'll run well. So if the track's hopefully not too wet, we'll be here.
Even better. And, well, I won't tell you what the track's rated at the moment. Hopefully the sun comes out and we should be right to go. The Sunday special 2 weeks ago, Street Eclipse finds its way back on Sunday again. We gave a good tip out. Wasn't to be last start here. Hopefully it can get up for you over the line. Obviously very impressive in its work at the moment over the road. At the training stable, it finds its way into the 75,000 tab.com Country Showcase. How do you rate his chances?
Yeah, good race. Typical of the final. It is going to be a tough one, but I think we're nicely weighted. Certainly proven at the trip. Last start probably made it a little bit hard to make up a bit of ground and run down the actual leader and the winner of the race. So, but look, he's come through it very, very well. Drawn nice to probably get a good run again. So hopefully, we can just go a bit better than what we did last start. So, but he's had a few runs in this time, and each time it's an interesting horse. The longer he's in the preparation, he just seems to hold up really well. So, and at the moment, if you said where he was at, you'd say if he was sort of just entering his third or fourth run and about to hit his peak, you'd say that's where he was.
Yep. And the biggest bonus in racing, the $2 million TAB sports bet bonus, if you can win the Cranbourne into the Caulfield. Mate, we'd love to see Pinker go round. What are the chances there, mate?
Yeah, look, it's certainly the distance is not going to worry her. It's probably a race that you'd have to pencil in at some stage for her, and we haven't got anything set in concrete where we're going to go with her just yet for a campaign. She'll probably start the middle of next month and work her way through up through the distances and ultimately be getting sort of around that 2,000, 2,400 metre mark. So. Depending on how the program works for her at the time, as we know, little things pop up and can give you a little bit of a detour of where you'd like to be sometimes. So you wouldn't dismiss it, and certainly with that bonus, it gives you a lot of incentive to be here.
My word. Well, thanks very much, Greg. It is an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Mate, I'm back on board with Street Eclipse. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to follow up again, and hopefully we can get it over the line.
I hope we can. Thanks very much.
Joined now by our track manager, Ben Spearings. Ben, a little bit of disappointment last week, mate. Couldn't get through just due to poor visibility. We discussed at the start of the show, just got a couple of new ideas for the jockeys. Mate, a little bit disappointing?
Oh, it was, yeah. I think you're a little bit to blame for that.
Well, I'm a little bit to blame. Why is that?
Oh, because your hot tip finished that far back and delayed the next race, and by the time that came around... Yeah. It was all gonzo. Very
true, but we have just spoken to Greg Eurell and we're hoping that Street Eclipse can back it up this week. Now, Ben, a very serious question, mate. Is the rail still on the inside of the track for this week's race meeting?
On the inside of the track, yeah. It's the inside, but it's out 10 metres.
Out 10 metres, okay.
The Peno is currently 6.75, so we're on a heavy 9, and we've had 23 mil of rain for the week.
Already, and I know looking at the weather reports, there isn't much going to be around, so we should be able to stick around that heavy 8, heavy 9 area, shouldn't we?
You got it right.
Even better. Benny Spearings, thanks very much for your time. We appreciate everything you've been doing.
No worries, mate. See ya.
The Sunday special clearly needs to get back in the winner's circle after doing no good with Street Eclipse 2 weeks ago. This week we're having a go at Race 6, the tab.com.au Middle Distance Country Showcase, worth a whopping $75,000. Our pick is number 7, Stone Black. It has raced 11 times in the heavy for 9 placings. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome all of our sponsors to the race day on Sunday, the 24th of July. We hope that you can join us. Cranbourne Turf Club, we bet you'll love it.
With TAB Sportsbet, you're on. Everywhere, every time. Whether you're turning it on or kicking on. On the ball. On the carnival. Or on the money. Everywhere you are, every time you want to back yourself. With TAB Sportsbet, you're on.